कल्चरल हब बनाउने उसको इच्छा थियो र उसको इच्छा एकदमै साकार हुँदै गइरहेको छ। हरेक 15 दिनमा मेरो ख्यालमा यहाँ ट्राइबल हाट पनि हुन्छ के कसो हैन। अब त्यसको बारेमा मैले धेरै बयान गर्नै पर्दैन। र आज चाहिँ यो कविताको एकदम आस्वाद लिन चाहने एकदम क्रिम मान्छेहरू मात्रै यहाँ रहनुपर्छ भन्ने झुमाको आग्रह थियो अनि सायद त्यो झुमाको आग्रह चाहिँ पुरा भएको जस्तो मलाई फिल भइरहेको छ। कार्यक्रम कसरी सुरु भयो? डन डाइरेक्टर केही छ आदेश? प्रेसिसाले चाहिँ मैले एउटा पोइट्री पढोस् एउटा लाइन पढोस् भनेर मलाई भनेको थियो होइन। अनि नभए यहाँबाट जानु दिनु नत्र जानुलाई पनि भन्नै परेको थियो। तिम्रो त्यो आँखा साँच्चैकै सागर हो। तिम्रो त्यो आँखा साँच्चैकै सागर हो। डुब्यो कि डुब्यो? यो चाहिँ हाइकु थियो। त्यो हाइकुकै सिलसिलामा एउटा फेरि अर्को हाइकु भनिदिन्छु। हाइकुमा चाहिँ 5 सिलेबल 7 सिलेबल 5 सिलेबल हुन्छ। अर्को चाहिँ कस्तो भन्दाखेरि के अरे एउटा आइडिया छ कि जसले सुनेको छैन जसले सुनिरहेको छ उसलाई केही पनि नभन्ने। यो चाहिँ शीतल कादम्बिनीको आइडिया हो कि गजलकार। जसले सुनिरहेको छ ध्यान दिएर उनीहरूलाई केही पनि नभन्ने। जो अलिकति सुत्न लागेको छ जो अलिकति गफ गर्न खोज्ने लालायत भइरहेछ त्यस्तोलाई चाहिँ नाम काटेर बोलाइदिने कि यो मैले तिमीलाई डेडिकेट गरिरहेको छु भनेर। सो गिरीश गिरी आई वान्ट टु डेडिकेट दिस टु यु। मलाई हाँस उठ्यो यार। कसरी बिउझौँ सर्पको सिरानीमा निधाएको छु। यो पनि आएको थियो 575। कठै पानी मागिरहे जीवनभर रित्तो कुवासँग। कठै पानी मागिरहे जीवनभर रित्तो कुवासँग। आगोले मन जलायो किन गुनासो धुवासँग। एक्लै हिँड ए बटुवा तिमी एक्लै हिँड। यो भर्खर हामीले एउटा प्ले गरेको थियौँ अनु बरालको डाइरेक्सनमा एउटा सपनाको अवसान। त्यसमा यो गीत थियो। त्यो गीत पुरै सुन्न पाएन त्यो अडियन्सहरूले। त्यसको एउटा लाइन चाहिँ म भनिदिन्छु। एक्लै हिँड ए बटुवा तिमी एक्लै हिँड। भिडमा पनि सब एक्लै छन् बस तिमी पनि एक्लै हिँड। यहाँ माया छ यहाँ सपना छ यहाँ आशा पनि छ। यहाँ माया छ यहाँ सपना छ यहाँ आशा पनि छ। ती सबमा तिम्रो मात्र होइन अरूको पनि त हक छ। अरूको हक पुरा गर्न तिमी एक्लै हिँड। भिडमा पनि सब एक्लै छन् ए बटुवा तिमी पनि एक्लै हिँड। मैले रिसेन्टली एउटा उर्दूमा लेखेको थिएँ क्या। रिसेन्टली म सल्यानटार जाँदै थिएँ अनि सल्यानटार जाँदाखेरि कसैले मलाई एकदमै क्युरियस भएर सोधे पनि होइन। अनि किन सल्यानटार जानुभएको भन्नु किन सल्यानटार जानुभएको भन्नु। मैले भने सल्यानटार गएको के भन्नु थियो मान्छेलाई। म यसरी गएको यो गएको होइन किन जानुभएको तै पनि क्युरियोसिटी छ। अनि मैले सिधै के भन्थेँ भन्दाखेरि सल्यानटारको गोरुले पालुङटारको तिल खायो होइन। कान्छी ल्याउँदा जेठी जिल खायो भन्ने गीत सुनेको थिएँ। यो सल्यानटारको गोरु चाहिँ पालुङटार कसरी गएर तिल खायो म रिसर्च गर्न आएको हुन्छ ए भने है। तर त्यो बाटोमा जाँदाखेरि के भयो भने गाडी ब्रोक डाउन भयो, गाडी बिग्रियो। गाडी बिग्रिएपछि मैले के गरेँ भन्दाखेरि त्यो मलाई लैजाने मान्छे र ड्राइभर चाहिँ प्यानिक भयो दुवैजना। मलाई के लाग्यो भने केही कुरा बिग्रियो भने त्यो बन्नुको लागि हो होइन। जसरी मैले एउटा पहिले लेखेको थिएँ लाइन होइन, मैले के लेखेको थिएँ भन्दाखेरि अब हराउँछु भने मलाई छैन कुनै डर, अब हराउँछु भने छैन मलाई कुनै डर, एउटा बाटो आखिरमा पुगिछार्छ घर भन्दाखेरि त्यो पनि त बन्छ, उपाय छ होइन। म चाहिँ यतापट्टि बसेर चट्ट एक पेट जिन दिएर यसो गम खाएको, लाइन आयो कि लाइन के आया था सर इसे, जिस वक्त ने मुझे दर्द दिया है, जिस वक्त ने मुझे दर्द दिया है वही मुझे दवा भी देगा, है ना। जिस वक्त ने मुझे दर्द दिया है दवा भी वही देगा, जिस धूप ने मुझे जलाया है छाँव भी वही देगा। थैंक यू। अब शायद मेरो चिजहरू त सुनिराख्नु त्यति खास जरुरी छैन जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई। म दुईटा भनिदिन्छु अनि त्यसपछि म फ्लोर चाहिँ मेरो पोइट एभा नुनानलाई दिन्छु होइन। दुईटा होइन, यो चलिरहेको मतलब धेरैले सुनेको। अनि तिमीहरू पनि त्यो गीत गाउँदाखेरि सबभन्दा पपुलर भएको गीतहरू चाहिँ गाइदिन्छौ नि त होइन। त्यस्तै मैले पनि त्यही गर्ने धृष्टता गर्दैछु क्या होइन। माया अब कसैसँग गर्नु मन छैन, माया अब कसैसँग गर्नु मन छैन, माया अब केवल महसुस गर्न मन छ। एउटी त्यस्तै परिसँग जो साउथीमा बोल्छे, हात चाहिँ उठ्छे, अँगालोमा छैन तर सँगै रहन्छे। म लड्दा आफै उठौँ तर उसले उठाए चाहिँ लागोस्, म लड्दा आफै उठौँ तर उसले उठाए चाहिँ लागोस्, म आँसु आफै पुछौँ तर उसले पुछे चाहिँ लागोस्। माया अब कसैसँग गर्नु मन छैन, माया अब केवल महसुस गर्न मन छ। एउटी त्यस्तै परिसँग जो साउथीमा बोल्छे, प्वाक चाहिँ उठ्छे, अँगालोमा छैन तर सँगै रहन्छे। म उसको बह बुझौँ तर उसले चालै नपाओस्, म उसको बह बुझौँ तर उसले चालै नपाओस्, मैले हिफाजत गरेको उसले पत्तै नपाओस्। माया अब कसैसँग गर्नु मन छैन, माया अब केवल महसुस गर्न मन छ। एउटी त्यस्तै परिसँग जो साउथीमा बोल्छे, प्वाक चाहिँ उठ्छे, अँगालोमा छैन तर सँगै रहन्छे। थ्याङ्क यू। मेरो यो लास्ट आजको निम्ति म सकेसम्म त्यो मेरो त्यो कहीँ मैले पर्फर्म गरेँ, रिसाइट गरेँ, कन्सर्ट गरेँ भने मेरो लास्ट पोम चाहिँ जहिले पनि यही नै हुन्छ कि। सो आज पनि त्यही मलाई मन छ म भएको कसैलाई थाहै नहोस्, मलाई मन छ म गएको पनि कसैलाई थाहै नहोस्। म बन्न चाहन्छु पानीको निर्मल थोपा, जुन थोपाको मात्रै कुनै मूल्य छैन। म बन्न चाहन्छु हावाको शीतल झोक्का, जुन झोक्काको मात्रै कुनै अर्थ छैन। मलाई मन छ म भएको कसैलाई थाहै नहोस्, मलाई मन छ म गएको पनि कसैलाई थाहै नहोस्। म बन्न चाहन्छु जङ्गलमै ओइलिने फुल, म बन्न चाहन्छु जङ्गलमै ओइलिने फुल, जुन फुल कसैको अभिलेखमा छैन। म बन्न चाहन्छु त्यस्तो प्राचीन कला जुन आज कसैले सम्झेको छैन। मलाई मन छ म भएको कसैलाई थाहै नहोस्, मलाई मन छ म गएको पनि कसैलाई थाहै नहोस्। थ्याङ्क यू। That was a teaser. We are here excited and eagerly waiting for someone who is here from a long way from Melbourne, Australia. She was in Space A, ran by Jupiter Pradhan and Neda Afari, and artist residency, that is called, I think. So in between, she's a poet. So we just decided, why don't we, celebrate a moment with Ava Nunan. But I'm sorry, Eva, I really wanted to share this stage with you, but I was compelled, and you agreed that, and I was compelled. I was asked by Juma that I have to recite a few poems, that I took that liberty, and hope you won't mind. And actually, we all are very eagerly waiting to listen to you. And Eva, whom I know, she's a very soulful poet, very soulful. And she knows how to craft things. She knows how to put words together. And it's a very difficult thing to do that thing. Else poetry, everybody can write poetry, but every poetry doesn't become a poem. That is what I think. So Eva is a perfect poet for me. I would like to invite Eva here in the stage. Thank you so much for coming here, and we'll obliged to listen to you. Thank you. And we'll be privileged to listen to you. Thank you. Ava Nunan.
Thank you for that. It was wonderful. Beautiful poems and a wonderful introduction as well. Thank you everyone for coming today. Thank you Biplop for having me, and thank you to Liquid Intelligence for organising the event as well. And thank you to Space A, wherever Jupiter just went. Thank you for having me for the past 5 weeks. I really appreciate it. I've been in Kathmandu since the start of June, and I've worked on a few poems while I've been here. I'll be reading a few of those out today, as well as some old pieces, and also some fiction, which I hope you guys like. Yeah, thank you for coming. This one is Ode to My Mother. You sewed the soul into a threadbare home with spindle hands, steadied the sting of a sordid needle, such careful hands. Your voice sounds through tipsy, vermilion lips, reciting the story of the lover you punched back, your battle hands. Evening falls and your glass jar surfaces, catches light from the pale lamp. You count the coins with nothing but fretful hands. You say you can live unwaged while your shoulders smother your neck. Brittle fingers peel the blisters on your fragile hands. Sunday's scent drifts through the wall's cleft. Snug in your aged apron, you're dancing and dicing and slicing, loving, zestful hands. She weeps beneath your pale paintings of sleeping peonies, soft, like the sigh of a petal in crisp wind, your faithful hands. Thank you. This is another old piece written about 3 years ago, published in Duranda Journal, and it's called The End. 1. The end makes its bed in my body. I will be cracked plaster in the dead of winter. A carbon monoxide heater. This house will not be your home. 2. Insurgent cells, silent rebellion cries red. 3. Tar lines my lungs. I always thought I was too young. 22 is deathless. 4. I pray to a God I do not believe in. I scrub my sins with sugar soap. 5. I wanted my body to be mine forever. Forever seems so far away. 6. My mother's voice is medicine. 7. I look inside to touch decay. I never liked modern architecture anyway, with its sterile walls and sexless floors. 8. To be is to be liminal, the space between two states of non-space. 9. My first love and my first love's life. A walk at the Merry Creek. Cigarettes as therapy. Everything ends. This is a newer one. I wrote this here at Space A for an online journal that challenged poets to write something in one day. So this was written in one day, which is a very hard thing to do. Usually my pieces take quite a while. And yeah, it's called Something Sweet. 1. I splayed my stomach on your table. I gutted where you sat, crooked, trusting you'd have the tools to sew me. Once we'd sorted all this bloody rubble, figured out what is mine and what is yours. 2. Your fingernail dug into your palm, pink swelled beneath it, like a pillow or viscous or something violent. I knew what you meant. I'm not sure how to say things nicely either. 3. Unsewn, I swallowed, shook your hand goodbye. If nothing else, sour sweat lathered your skin. There's something sweet in that. Thank you. The next one is a short fiction piece. It's not thematically tied to the rest of my work. Most of my fiction does tend to be more on the critical side, whereas my poems, as you can tell, are maybe a bit more nostalgic. I wrote this one about how we've become desensitized to news about climate change. I think about this a lot, about how we're hearing again and again disaster after disaster, and after a while they stop feeling like disasters at all, and it starts just becoming everyday life. So I hope that this piece can speak to that a little bit. It's called Breaking. The ocean dried up on a Sunday evening when I was at the bar across the street. Lily, the bartender, was particularly unenthused that day, nursing a hangover perhaps. She scrolled on her phone behind the bar and yawned periodically. When I ordered my 2 beers, she was silent. She just poured them and took my money. Sal, the other regular, sat in his corner with his crossword. He'd never once gotten halfway. That day, he'd gotten tipsy faster than usual. By 5 o'clock, he'd already moseyed over to my table and garbled his weekly tirade about the decline of print media. "You see this shit?" he said. "What kind of intellectual shithead leaves a clue like fill a test book? The world is backwards, I'll tell you." I agreed with him, so he'd shut up. He sighed, ordered another beer, and went back to his table to wallow. Every Sunday, like clockwork. The only other patrons were a group of rowdy men with dirty beards. One wore paint-covered trousers. Tradesmen, I guessed. They guffawed every 5 minutes and said mate every 2. Empty pints lined their table, and the ashtray overflowed with cigarette butts. They went silent when the news report came on. It echoed from the TV in the corner of the room. Breaking. The last drop of ocean has officially evaporated. The final puddle was located in the Pacific, between Tasmania and what was once Antarctica. Scientists were monitoring the puddle for 3 weeks. It was expected to dry up last week, but an unexpected cold front delayed its disappearance. The scientists filmed the final drop ascend into the last remaining cloud. Weather forecasts predict the cloud will float across Australia and rain in Cairns. Attempts to artificially create a new ocean have thus far been unsuccessful. When the broadcast finished, the group of men lost their words. "But hey," one eventually said, "we're here to celebrate." And so they slurred happy birthday to the man in the farthermost corner who smiled uneasily. Lily was still looking at her phone and Sal slurped his last sip of beer. What was I meant to do anyway? I knew nothing about the ocean, and plus, I've got work tomorrow. Thank you. This is an old prose piece called "Shut My Eyes to Drown," a prose poem. My eyes are buried deep, my pillow invites me to drown. The sunlight fell away too long ago, breaking in the swimming night. I was a strong swimmer once, on those warm shores of Woy Woy Bay. Back then, I slept in lapping blankets. The sun set to cricket songs and unpolluted skies. I would search for stars to dream on. My eyes go deeper as if they'll find something tonight. I wonder how they know where to dig in the dark and what the ocean thinks when it pulls you down. Thank you. This one is a poem from earlier this year. And I should explain that it uses a botched version of electromagnetic theory, which is essentially the theory that we're never touching anything because there's atoms and electromagnetic charges between everything. So we don't touch. When I touch this chair, I'm not touching this chair. I'm not feeling this chair. I'm feeling the electromagnetism. And I also use a theory it's a popular theory in Australia, I'm not sure about Nepal, but it's a theorist by Didier Anzu, and he talks about how the skin is a border, and touch is a way to break that border. And he particularly talks about it in relation to nature, about how walking barefoot can soften the boundary between humans and nature. One more thing to signpost. I talk about Air twice. I'm not sure if Air the band is popular here. They're very popular back home in Melbourne. So when I refer to Air Moon Safari, That's the band. This is to quantify a milestone. I heard something about electromagnetism and atoms, about how we're never really touching. Negative charge is a barrier, they say. When I crossed my young legs over your faux cow rug, ceded to the sting of its synthetic whiskers, it was more like ceding to the sting of some sort of microscopic quantum charge with a bit of texture. Over karaoke and air moon safari, I was told an atom is 1/10 of a nanometer, which is 1,000th of a micrometer, which is 1,000th of a millimeter, which is already quite small. As if there's arithmetic to absence. The space between anything really. Like air, oxygen weighs 1.29 kilos per cubic meter, contains 4.14 by 1,022 atoms in a gram, and still presents as nothing, really. Like David Bowie lived for 25,204 days. He died 103,000 miles away, 2,605 days ago. He released 26 studio albums. He married 2 women, divorced 1. He had 2 children. And, according to electromagnetism, he did not touch either of his wives. He never brushed the loose hair from his children's cheek. And he certainly did not as much as graze any of the millions he performed for. What I don't understand. If we don't touch, how do we drown? Seawater swims through sinuses, snakes sink bangs into skin, venom circles veins, and distance is a bayonet. Electromagnetism is separation without protection. To quantify a milestone, for instance, seeing Bowie live or turning 10, I would multiply serotonin, dopamine, cortisol, saltwater tears, stressed masseter muscles, many atoms. Your leather hand shy on my shoulder, and that brief moment I felt united. I read somewhere that the skin is a border that touch can breach. If I could touch negative space, let it spill through my hands like soil or sand, I'd pull its stray threads, watch it unravel, as if it were no more than a worn ball of wool, and I was the greatest spinster who lived. Like my fingers could revive tatters and lacerate hides and hold softly. I'd pull all the way to your faux cow rug, wherever that is now. I'd cross my legs and see, minus quantum charge, minus negative space. Is the sting all that different? You are 526 miles away. The distance does not include buildings, the vertical plane, character, or atoms, which I'd never know how to quantify, which I think is the problem. There's just too many variables. Like, even if I picked out all the atoms, one by one, to reach you, would you reach your leather hand out? Try to touch me too? These are a collection of 3 poems. I wrote them here in Nepal, and they're found poems. The first book that I read here, I cut out the words and constructed them. and they are about Nepal. The first one is about how alive and energized the streets in Kathmandu are. The second one is about a trek I did in Nagakot, and it's about the mist and the water and the silence of the morning. And the final poem is only one line, and it's about the sun. I love the sun here. I've simply titled these ones Nepal poems. 1. In the fabric belly of the city, I swallow yellow evening lights. I breathe soft pink cloth. The roads bend and tremble, like birth or rebirth. 2. I rode the weaving morning mist to the throat of the river, where sound parted. I plunged in the water's murky melody to sink, sink, sing. The stream circled our voices, and I heard silence. 3. Swollen summer sun softened me to ashes. Thank you. This is a snippet of a fiction piece, and I wish I could read the whole thing, but it's far too long, which is a problem that I had with a lot of my fiction that I thought to put in. So I've cut this one about a quarter of the way in. It does end a little bit abruptly, so I apologize in advance for that, but if anyone wants to read the rest, feel free to ask me and I can send it to you. I chose it because I thought it was thematically tied to a lot of the rest of my poems that I've read tonight. It's called The Lake is Wrinkled. The wind is thick and humid, wrestling the taut wire grass. It irritates my legs. The skin on the bottom of my feet withers in the liquid dirt. A deep purple is stretching across the horizon. I'm thinking about the creases that fold the skin under your eyebrow, the wrinkles that scale your profile, depressing the corners of your mouth and softening your jawline. I'm claustrophobic in the vast valley. The night sky is creeping towards me, and I feel the muscles in my chest contract, protesting the day's end. I don't want this day to end. This place feels foreign, although I parked the van in the same spot, next to the large, flat rock enveloped in moss. Back then, you'd pat the ute's wheel as it groaned to a halt, and you'd pull up there, always next to the mossy rock. Before we entered the valley, I'd shuffle down from the passenger seat, climb up the stone, and sprawl my little body along its smooth surface. I'd rejoice in the moist growth soothing my palms, trace the patterns of fluff and splotches of darker green, and eventually you'd have to say, "No, Elizabeth, don't eat that." But I would try anyway, so you would scoop me away in your big, worldly arms, hold me to your chest. I would never complain because your cocoon was just as nourishing. My cheek pressed against your lightweight linen, my legs packed loose in your bare arms. For a moment, I consider trailing through the valley, uprooting wet dirt with each step, fighting the brown wire grass. I imagine reaching the rocky path to the lake, where the paperbark grows. I could watch the water's reflection recede as the sun gives way. LED light of your Surrey Hills apartment. There's no point in bitterness. As if in protest, I let my feet sink farther, fastened in the mud. I don't believe there's anywhere else to look for answers. I know I won't find them beneath the flickering LED light. I take a few steps forward, and then I stomp, clumsy, like how children do, with their bloated knees and swollen ankles. Mud splashes onto my calves, tepid on my skin. I remember marching in this very spot where the dirt path gives way to overgrowth. The earth felt rich. I could feel its treasures, the water, minerals, and vitamins, penetrate my pores and circle my body. I'd march around trying to push all the dirt into my skin. Yes, you would say, mud is the happiness potion. When we'd retreat for the day, I'd watch your profile in the sunset glow, and I always thought you looked younger. Valley magic, I reasoned. When we got home, I'd watch the magic leak out of you. When you scowled, your neck tensed and crunched. You'd put me on your shoulders back then. My dirty feet would stain your linen. I thought I could see the whole world up there. The narrow, sword-like grass tips, distant butterflies in their drunken flutter, the maze-like entry to the lake, hair thinning at the top of your head, revealing pale, freckled skin. You'd only ever lift me like that when we were here. Valley magic. The valley made you youthful and strong, loving. I look towards the lake entrance. I'm tall enough to see that now. The sun's final song spills an orange tint on the rocks. The surrounding paper bark casts deep shadows up the entrance clearway. My feet aren't strong anymore. I don't play barefoot or walk on hardened earth. I wear insoles and thick socks. If I go to the lake, the rocks will scrape my skin. Even if I made it, when I return, the mud will sear my wounds. My body isn't built for the lake. Summer, grade 4, we raced to the lake. You wore hiking shoes and I wore calluses. I won with grazed knees. Breathless, we collapsed by the shoreline. You poked your head over the water and I followed. There was no wind that day. The water was glass-like, but little ripples still pulled at the surface. They airbrushed your skin. Valley magic. We looked so alike in the water's mirror, our long faces and hooded eyes. We could have been siblings. I pulled away from our reflection and looked towards you. Grey hair, dripping sweat. I laughed and you quipped back, "Don't look away. This water makes me look like I'm your brother." Maybe you would have preferred it that way. That day, I wondered aloud, how does the water move with no wind? We theorized that the ripples are cyclical. The wind creates the ripples, and the ripples sustain themselves. I told my teacher that week, "I have a scientific discovery." She said it didn't work like that, but I believed our version anyway. The wind in the valley has let up. Every so often, a breeze meanders past, barely tickling the grass. I wonder how big the water ripples are. I take a few steps forward, towards the lake entrance, and then I stop again. I'm unsure if I want to see my lone reflection. I want to preserve the soles of my feet. I told you to come today. I thought we might poke our heads over the shoreline. I'd look 10 again. You'd look 20, or perhaps 40 now. I told you it was the least you could do. I'd lifted the lid on our rift. It was time for you to revert back now. "Can't you see?" I said. There was never any magic. We just needed a space big enough to fit our love. There's no point in bitterness, and I told you the point of bitterness is to work out what's right. Thank you. There's the abrupt ending for you. We'd be here for hours. But again, if anyone wants to hear the rest, just let me know. This is my final piece. It's called Touching the Merry. And the Merry is a creek in Melbourne, where I'm from, that runs through the north side of the city. And I've spent a lot of time there. It's very special to me. And so this poem is kind of about that. Yeah, that's called Touching the Merry. I grieve the time I couldn't spend, tracing the indented lifeline in your left palm, scaling your soft brown skin the way ants snake merry mountains, telling tales together. A glimpse into you, the gentle trickle of water wading rocks. I tried to unclench my jaw to watch the world weave. I am wilting. The creek's speech sits at your fingertips, and there is nothing I want more than to hold you closely as you trail her, translate me. I sacrificed that night at the Merry, where the moon lit mounds of sediment reminded us that they are alive, like the fragility in me I never wanted to see. Thank you. Thank you all so much. It's a pleasure being here, and I really appreciate you all listening. It means a lot. Thanks.
If I say, Ava, while you're reciting your poem and prose fiction pieces, will you mind if I say that I was listening to your thing very deeply, but you reminded me Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman. And Shelley, and so many beautiful poets. So now I want to tell you one thing. Don't be a poet from Australia only. Be a poet of this universe. Yeah. So the thing is, this recital is over, but एउटा राम्रो मान्छे भन्ने कि के मान्छे भन्ने उहाँको नाम चाहिँ पूर्णिमा मालाका होइन यो सबै त्यो ढिलो गराउनेमा यहाँको हात छ भन्ने म सबै अगाडि भन्दैछु है होइन अनि भनेपछि अब म त्यो मेरो सिद्धिसकेपछि आएपछि मैले फेरि भन्नु पर्यो होइन है सो ओन्ली टु पोम सिद्धियो त्यो चाहिँ के छ एभा वाट ह्यापेन्ड इज मतलब दिस lady, she's a very wonderful soul, and she's a wonderful yoga teacher also, and she wanted to be, in this event, but suddenly she knew that I'm reciting few poems also. Suddenly, and she says, "Matlab, don't start the program till I come." And we waited.
That's the exaggerated version of whatever. You can edit accordingly. Thank you.
So here, two poems. ढिलो नगरिकन एउटा म उर्दूमा भन्छु एउटा नेपालीमा भन्छु पहिला नेपालीमा भन्नु कि उर्दूमा भन्नु गौथटीले भन्न सक्दैन आइएम सरी सबै फुलको चर्चामा मग्न रहे शहरमा सबै फुलको चर्चामा मग्न रहे शहरमा छेउमा हजुर उभिएको कसैले चालै पाएन मैले देखेँ हजुरलाई कसैले पत्तै पाएन कसैले बेली भने कसैले चमेली कसैले बेली भने, कसैले चमेली, कसैले गुलाब भने, कसैले गुराँस। सबै सुगन्ध लिनमै मस्त रहे सहरमा। छेउमा हजुर हिँडेको कसैले चालै पाएन, मैले चिने हजुरलाई कसैले पत्तै पाएन। कसैले आकाश भने, कसैले धरती, कसैले इन्द्रेणी भने, कसैले जुनेली। सबै उपमा दिनमै व्यस्त रहे सहरमा। छेउमा हजुर उभिएको कसैले चालै पाएन, सुटुक्क छोई हजुरलाई कसैले पत्तै पाएन। भयो त औषधि त। लास्ट वन है, सुबह तक जागना है हैन? त्योभन्दा अगाडि एउटा 4 लाइन पनि भनिदिन्छु ल, बिचरा मुखै अँध्यारो गर्छु यो प्रतिमाले। कैसे कह दूँ मैं उसे बेवफा। सनुप यहाँ रहेछ भने उसले पनि सुने हुन्थ्यो तर गइसक्यो होला। कहाँ छ? ए होइन होइन, सनुपलाई म पछि भनिदिन्छु नि, उसलाई पछि भनिदिन्छु। अब यस्तो पनि हुन्छ, यत्रो मान्छेलाई कुराएर एक्जाम मान्छे बोलाउनु। खोइ अघि यत्रो एभाले पढिराख्दाखेरि कहाँ गयो भने हुन्छ नि।
यहाँ सिगरेट खान लाज लाग्यो रे।
सिगरेट खान त यहीँ खाएको हुन्छ। सुन 4 लाइन कैसे कह दूँ मैं उसे बेवफा, कैसे कह दूँ मैं उसे बेवफा जो मुझे छोड़ के चला गया। कैसे कह दूँ मैं उसे बेवफा जो मुझे छोड़ के चला गया, मेरी यादों में सदा रहने की जो वादा करके चला गया। और ये फाइनल है, सुबह तक जागना है ऐ सवेरा मुझे तुझसे आज मिलना है। सुबह तक जागना है ऐ सवेरा मुझे तुझसे आज मिलना है। ये रेशमी अंधेरा जहाँ से मैं गुजर रहा हूँ, ये रेशमी अंधेरा जहाँ से मैं गुजर रहा हूँ, इसी से माँ के रोशनी तेरा चेहरा देखना है। ऐ सवेरा मुझे तुझसे आज मिलना है।
क्या बात है।
पैरों तले मसल रहा हो कुछ कांटों को,
पैरों तले मसल रहा हूँ
कुछ कांटों को, पैरों तले मसल रहा हो कुछ कांटों को, उसी को फूल बना के तेरा आंचल सजाना है। सुबह तक जागना है ऐ सवेरा मुझे तुझसे आज मिलना है। I am done. I know you guys are not done, but I am done. And here's a news for you. This soulful poet, Ava Nunan, she's not only an amazing poet, she's a wonderful bartender. So, I want to request her that I want to make 2 cocktails for Juma and for me. Okay. And then and Juma and okay. To Sanup also, and you can't charge for that, okay? And rest of the friends, if you guys don't want to go to Melbourne, to Australia to have a drink by Ava, you can have it here. Thank you. Melbourne गएर खानुलाई गाह्रो लाग्छ भने यही नै एभाले तपाईहरुलाई बनाउनुहुन्छ। Thank you so much for being here.
Photo.
Eva, join us.
भन्दा नि त म भिडियो हाल्दैछु
And there was one more.
सानो लागि
So, vodka cocktail and a whiskey cocktail. Do you guys have sugar syrup? Do you have bitters? Okay. Do you have egg white? Yeah, egg white. And lemon juice? Yeah. Okay. Lime juice.
त्यो रेकर्डिङ ल्याएर हाल नि
My instinct is martini, but I feel like that's too strong. Oh, you do green instead? Yeah. Okay. I've never made it creamy, is it the same?
Yeah, just build it up and just
One.
Do you have a scoop for the ice? Great. And whiskey? This is for you. I've never made it with cream before. Usually I use it with white Russian. I hope it's okay. If you want something else, I'm happy to make this as well. And this is too I usually do a dry shake beforehand, but I'll put everything in it. Did I put enough for two?
One measure this one. I think that's
I just put the sugar syrup in.
you have.
Sugar syrup in. Oh my god, I'm still. This is the sugar syrup? Okay.
आफूलाई पनि आफूलाई पनि थाहा भएको होइन त्यही पनि केही नयाँ
Strainer and the other
कफी त
म त 10-12 दोकानी हेरेको नि त अब त पकमा झारेको तर चिनी खाँदिनँ अनि त्यो फेरि एकदम त्यो उसमा के धेरै लकडाउनमा माडुल्स बनाएर एउटा त्यो
एक्सपेरिमेन्ट गर्नु
धेरै भएर के एकदम पुरा खाना मात्रै बनाउनु काम
फेरि यस्तो नि केही गर्ने मान्छेहरूलाई खाली बस्यो भने त्यो मान्छे पुरा म सक्दिनँ
यतासम्म एक दिन बन्द भयो भने त यति धेरै समय निस्केर टोइलेट सफा गर्छु घरमा खाना पनि माया बनाएर टाइम दिन्छु कति अलिकति बुक पनि पढ्छु फेसबुक चलाउँछु पनि दिनैँ फेरि एक काममै त एक दिन त त्यति लामो हुन्छ मलाई त्यस्तो
Sorry. Oh yeah.
अनि यदि उहाँले अरू केही भन्छ नि त्यही उहाँले चाहिँ अरू केही खान्छ Bob, I love you.
I love you too.
And I love you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
This thing will be remembered by the cosmos, and we'll be happy. Cosmos.
Christmas?
Yeah, cosmos.
Oh, the cosmos. Yeah, cheers, please. I didn't taste them, but I trust you. Okay,
You can have ship.
It could use a little more lemon juice, but it's good.
And that was amazing. That was amazing. That was amazing.
Love the drink?
Yeah.
Good, I'm glad.
You have to be on the frame.
Okay.
So, it's been 5 weeks.
Just 5 minutes.
Just 5 weeks.
You get the momentum soon.
Yeah.